Welcome back to Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Tuesday, October 24th, 2017. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. I've always been a believer in the value that comes along with being a student of the game. And you'd be hard-pressed to find another athlete working harder on mastering his craft right now than classic physique star Sadik Hadzovic. Just over a month after putting together another impressive top Olympia finish, one of the hardest working men in the business is already back to doing what he does best. This weekend, Hadzovic released video from one of his latest back training workouts, where we catch him hammering out a few sets of heavy deadlifts as improvement season officially begins to get underway. Even in his limited opportunities since making the jump over to classic physique, it's obvious that Sadik has finally found his natural home. And as long as he can keep upgrading the hardware the way we've seen him do these past few seasons, it's only a matter of time before he ends up getting his hands on one of the sport's major titles. According to Charles Darwin, a species evolves to become more fit to survive in its natural environment. And I don't know what the heck is going on down there in the South Pacific, but I'm pretty sure you're not going to find too many creatures more fit for survival than New Zealand native Steve Orton. Despite spending most of his season doing the best to stay off the grid, this past weekend, a gigantic-looking Orton was spotted crushing another one of his legendary leg sessions, deep down inside the confines of his home base. During last year's rookie campaign, we saw a very impressive late-season run from the big fella when he reeled off a couple of back-to-back top 6 finishes. And if somehow he manages to pop up and crank out a strong late-season finish, he's a guy with enough talent where he can really do some serious damage in the right lineup. Ask any married man, and they'll tell you that hell hath no fury like a woman's scorn. But when that woman is carrying a chip on her shoulder from a tough Olympia weekend and looking for a little bit of redemption, the best thing you can do is steer clear and pray that you don't get swept up in the storm. 5 weeks after battling her way through a tough Olympia weekend, veteran figure standout Andrea Calhoun looks like she's back to firing on all cylinders. The latest progress photos from sources inside the Calhoun camp show the 3-time Olympian flexing hard in what might already be her best off-season look of her entire career. To her credit, Calhoun seems to have righted whatever it was that was ailing her and looks a whole lot more like the world beater who ripped her way through the early part of the schedule. So as long as she can keep the positive energy flowing, I fully expect to see a 100% Andrea Calhoun come out on fire during the early part of 2018. If there's one ingredient to success in bodybuilding that you simply cannot overrate, it's the importance of consistency and attention to detail. And I'm not sure if I've ever seen a young athlete who's learned how to dial in the details quite like Cody Montgomery. Over the weekend, the 23-year-old phenom released video from one of his recent chest training workouts, giving his fans an inside look at what he's been doing to upgrade the operating system as of late. The best compliment I could ever give Cody Montgomery is that even as a young guy, he's always been able to get the job done no matter what. But when you combine that sort of intuition with the talent and work ethic that this kid has, it's easy to see why so many people are predicting big things for him in the very near future. In the words of the great Arnold Schwarzenegger, strength doesn't come from winning. Your struggles develop your strengths. And right now, I'm not sure if there's anyone in bodybuilding whose struggles better define their strengths than UK national level threat Owen Powell. Despite coming face to face with life-threatening illness, spending huge chunks of time trying to rebound from a series of horrific injuries, losing his brother to an 18-year prison sentence during his run up to the UK Nationals, and battling his way through a series of unfortunate events completely outside of his control, the future classic physique star still came through to deliver a truly inspiring top 3 finish in one of the deepest heavyweight lineups in the history of the British Bodybuilding Nationals. The latest word I'm hearing from my sources in the UK is that not only is Powell managing to hold his head high, They're telling me that if anything, now he seems like he's more focused than he's ever been to finally realize his dream of winning his pro card and stepping onto an IFBB stage. And if that doesn't serve as a reminder of what true heart and grit and toughness in the face of adversity really are, then ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what is. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.